The constable marched me back along the path, back to Mrs. Hargreaves's bed and breakfast. Thankfully, as we walked through the more crowded areas of the town, the constable chose to walk slightly behind me. I doubt he really appreciated how much gratitude I felt for that small action. Mrs. Hargreaves's face clearly betrayed her feelings of the initial shock, and then dismay to see me arrive with the constable. I couldn't bear to look at her. I felt awful for disappointing her so much. I just wanted the earth to open up beneath my feet. Looking at the floor, I was unable to see her expression change from dismay to annoyance. Constable Jeffries greeted Mrs. Hargreaves matter-of-factly. "Mrs. Hargreaves," he replied. "I believe this young man is one of your guests." "Yes, he certainly is. I thought he seemed like a very nice man. Am I to assume that I was mistaken? I found him spying on the naughty beach with his camera." "Well, Theodore," I cringed. I hated being called by my full name. "I am very disappointed in you. I thought you were better than the usual rabble that comes through these doors. That is disgusting behavior." Words could not describe how I felt. For some reason, it was really important to me to gain the approval of Mrs. Hargreaves. But now I had ruined all that. "I'm really sorry, Mrs. Hargreaves." I sniffed, my lower lip was starting to quiver. I knew I was on the verge of tears. "Right, young man," said the constable. "I am going to leave you with Mrs. Hargreaves. If you do as she tells you, all this will be forgotten. If you don't, then she will give me a ring and I will be back round here to take you to the cells. Do you understand?" I nodded my head dejectedly. As the constable left, I could feel Mrs. Hargreaves glaring at me. "Theodore, follow me." She led me up the stairs to her own bedroom. The room smelled so much more fresh and homely than the rest of the house. It seemed to be the only room that some care and attention had been lavished upon. Mrs. Hargreaves pulled out the chair from her dressing table.